I wanna be at the RNC. I wanna see Patricia McCoskey. I wanna scream for the GOP. I wanna sit with Dan Bongino. I wanna show the American flag. Eggs behind the toilet in grandma's basement. I wanna ask him if he'll be my dad. I wanna change my name to Nick Bongino. I wanna tell him about the man in the stairs. He kinda looks like Dan Bongino. Grandma tries to tell me not to go down there, but I would be safe with Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the RNC. I wanna be like Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the RNC. I wanna be like Dan Bongino.
Good evening, chat room. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well. I'm eating a delicious slice of, Oreo cheesecake. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are back once again for more Master Detective Archives Rain-Code. Been a minute. It's been a minute. Can we have a bite? Sure, hang on. There. Handing you the fork. You took way too much. Now I don't have any left. Thanks a lot. It's been a minute. What happened? So at the start of the last time we played Ring Code, I went from feeling like it had gone so long before an investigation started to now suddenly having so much investigation done and feeling no closer to being at the truth than I was when we started it. So Shachi, the leader of the, or the like the kind of the leader of like the revolution, like the resistance in Kanai Ward, was killed or is dead. It is presumed to be a suicide because there was nobody else on him on the roof. And his gun was in his hand, smoking, with one bullet fired. A bullet wound that goes clear through his head. And then like just a million other little details and like points in the investigation that I feel like I literally have no possible idea how they could be connected to anything that happened. I really don't know. I feel like with the last investigation, with like the school case, I feel like I had some inkling of an idea at the start. It was like, okay, I feel like, you know, it was probably one of these girls that did it. Which one? I don't know. And then it ended up being all of them. But like, I really have no idea. I really have no idea. So we're gonna figure this one out as we go along. There was a Nintendo sorry, hang on. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Um yeah, so there was a Nintendo Direct today for some reason, even though they're having another Nintendo Direct next week. Okay. Sure. Why not? Why not? It was okay. I feel like it kind of I feel like it really went up and down for me in terms of my like interest. Oh my god, they added chapters to it. Thank God. Okay, if this could load, why not like see chapters when I feel like, yeah, I feel like it kind of went up and down for me. Um I need to, yeah, so they, here, you know what? Hang on. Let's just go through, let's just run through it really quick. Hello. Let's just run through it really quick. Why don't we? Let's chat room. Let's chat room. Um Hi, did anything happen ever? No, don't worry. Um so yeah, starting with starting off with Dragon Quest 1 and 2, I was like, yeah, I feel like this is I was pretty confident. I was pretty confident that this would show up here because they announced Dragon Quest they showed off the Dragon Quest 3 remake at one of these also. Still no release date. Yep. Still no release date. That shit is coming out like December 31st, 2025. Um they look good. They look like that first one. They look like that first Dragon Quest 3 HD2D remake. Okay, so right here, they show off something crazy. They show off something crazy that I'm so glad they did. Look at this. That is a diagonal. Can I help you, cat? Can I help you? Can you go 5 seconds in my life without having something to yell about? What? What hardships do you go through? Um, they added diagonal sprites for walking. Um, something that I really wished they had in the Dragon Quest 3 remake. I get why they didn't do it, just because of the fact that they had let's see, two different versions of the main character of the hero for you to play as. And then like 10 different classes, each that also have male and female versions, and then each of those male and female versions have like four different alter variations that they could be. So that's a lot of characters to animate like 8 directional movement for. um so I get it. But now that we are down to one playable character in Dragon Quest 1 and then 3 or 4 playable characters in Dragon Quest 2, I think they maybe were like, all right, we can maybe dedicate a little more time to this. I'm really curious about that first game and what a modern version of the first Dragon Quest looks like. I am especially curious about Dragon Quest 2 also, for one very particular reason. We'll get to it at the end. We'll get to it in a minute here. Girl, what are you doing here? Girl, what are you doing here? This is a this is a 3-person party. What are you doing here? I think who she is less of the issue, because I'm pretty darn certain that, so the bit with Dragon Quest 2, for those who aren't aware, it involves you forming a party with a prince and a princess from 2 other different kingdoms. Can you just fucking... And I'm pretty certain that she is supposed to be the sister of the prince of Cannock, or whatever they end up localizing it as now. Because they're both blonde-ish. They are both wearing green, and they are also right next to each other in the splash art. I'm very interested in what they're cooking exactly. because historically Dragon Quest 2 is a three-person party, which is kind of where a lot of the difficulty in that game stems from. But also a lot of the shots in that trailer still very much showed just dares. That's what I'm looking for. A lot of the shots of like the party together still only had these three. So my thinking is that she's not like a fourth party member, but maybe someone that like stands in until you start getting your party together, because you have to find everybody first. So maybe they wanted to like ease the difficulty in that way by like giving you a little temporary party member. Which is cool. I was really curious what they were going to do to modernize those two games, because like they've remade Dragon Quest 1 and 2 a bunch of times, but like for the most part, just other than like tweaking numbers, like balancing like numbers and stuff, those games have largely been the same for like 30 years. So this is the first time they're kind of getting like full on remake treatment. So I'm very excited to see what they do with it. And I'm also very excited. I'm very glad that they are bundled. Wait a minute. Did they... I'm just now noticing. Did they fucking... That's cute. They have that shit in yellow like a 3, and then it splits apart, and it's like, actually it's 1 and 2. I'm very interested in Dragon Quest 1 in particular, because I feel like by design, Dragon Quest 1 is such a slog of a game. And I like love it for that. Because it is a game that is historically like, you are only one person. You are only playing as one person. Your ass is playing as Erdrick. Your ass is playing as the hero. You are the dragon warrior. No party, no nothing, just you and your lonesome on a quest to save the princess and slay the dragon lord. So like a really cool game, but also definitely not one that I would particularly want to pay like $60 for on its own, or even 70 for that matter. So I'm glad that these two are bundled together. After that, we had fucking... I had no idea what this was at first. I thought I saw this shit, and for a second I thought that this was gonna be some like repo, like Lethal Company like type game. I don't know. I should have realized immediately, because they use the same fonts all the time, always. And then I saw like, I was like, wait a minute, I recognize that modeling and that lighting anywhere. And then I saw this and I was like, wait. No sleep for Kaname Date from AI the Somnium Files. That shit is not AI 3. That shit is not AI 3. Cabin Quote brought up a very good point. In chat. And it's something that I messaged Shar about immediately as soon as she woke up. So they have clarified that this game, which is like undoubtedly a spin-off game, this game takes place a day after the end of the first AI the Somnium Files game. And I'm sorry, I'm going to not spoil it too much. All I will say is that at the end of AI the Somnium Files 1, some things happen to our protagonist here, Kaname Date. Some like permanent things happen to Kaname Date that they immediately like renege on in AI the Somnium Files Nirvana initiative, because they wanted him to look and sound the same. Also because like AI the Somnium Files Nirvana initiative was made by design to not spoil people on the first game if they didn't want to be, which I have to this day always thought was an insane decision. That was an insane decision to make, but I also understand that like every single game made by Uchikoshi is made with Monopoly money, and they were desperate to make sure that people played this game, so they didn't want to make a game that required people to play another game, which they probably wouldn't do. So I get it. That said, that does mean that at the end of AI the Somnium Files, where Date has this huge change and revelation about his character, and what it means, that shit did not last 24 hours. 24 hours later, Date was like, I need a mask now. Stat. I need surgery immediately. I have my thoughts. About what this game will probably be. We talked about it in my server. I'm very curious. I really did not think they were gonna. I like deadass didn't think there was gonna be another one of these games. I did not think there was gonna be another like AI game, at least not for a while. So the fact that they are getting to do another one, is really cool, even if it's this like weird kind of side game. I'm very curious. I'm very curious what they do and where it goes. If it at all like hints to anything possibly happening in the future. Also, Ares put Ryuki and Tama in this game, and my life is yours. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I will, regardless of whether or not it is like good, I will probably have a good time. I'm also very curious because this is the first game that Uchikoshi is not writing this one. He was on this game as a supervisor, and to pretty much like give his okay on like the script and everything. So I'm very curious about the writing in this game. I'm sure it will probably be largely the same or feel largely the same because these games are not made by one person. So we'll see. Yeah, no, he is 100% busy making his own game, and is also desperate for that game to do well, so that his company can not get fucking shut down because they had to take out like a loan. They put themselves in debt to make 100-line Last Defense Academy. So that was probably his focus. Very cool. Also very cool. This fucking Raido Kuzunoha remaster that I am pretty sure has been like a poorly kept secret For a while, because I remember like last year seeing a fucking Wario 64 tweet about like, oh yeah, they like changed some, like there was something about like achievements getting changed around internally that very much were referencing Raito Kuzunoha. So everybody was just like, well, okay, I guess we doing that. Guess we remastering Raito Kuzunoha as well. Yeah, it was in the Nocturne HD like files and like and shit like that. Really cool. I've never played this game. I know nothing about it, but it looks fucking sick. So we will be there. Shadow Labyrinth. This game is funny. This still continues to be one of the funniest concepts for a game. It like kind of looks sick is the thing. It is such a ridiculous concept for a video game. I'm like here for it. Adding like giving like a gritty, edgy like story to Pac-Man. Uh it looks like it might be really fun and cool. Um what? Huh? Excuse me. What the fuck do you mean, bro? What do you mean? Patapon on anything but like the PSP on a Sony console? What are we talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? They Shuhei Yoshida, I made this as a joke. I said this as a joke in a server. And the more I think about it's like it's obviously a joke, but I said that like Shuhei Yoshida saw another Kickstarter for like a revival game of like an abandoned IP and was like, "No, we got to kill this one also." Shuhei Yoshida saw Ratatan and Project Rap Rabbit flash before his eyes, and he was like, "No, not again." Put Patapon on the Switch. Put Patapon on Steam. I don't give a fuck. I want Ratatan dead. Crazy time we live in. No Patapon 3 though. That's later. They're gonna make you pay big bucks for that. New Story of Seasons game. I didn't realize that this was another like Harvest Moon rescue. I for a second I assumed that it was just a new Story of Seasons game. Though looking at it now and like looking at the character art and stuff, I was like, okay, I know there's a very clear difference between like there's a very clear stylistic difference between the Story of Seasons games that are like wholly original. Carmen Sandiego, what the fuck? And the Story of Seasons games that are like remakes of old ones. This one looks cute. This one looks really cute. I'm interested. I'm interested in it. I kind of bounce off all of the other Story of Seasons games. Maybe I'm just not a farm person. But we'll see. We will not be playing it on the Switch, however. For this reason. It's not the best frame rate in the world. It looks cute. I was really excited that they showed off Metroid Prime 4. It's real. Samus is purple now. Samus is purple and has powers. I kind of don't have a lot to say about this one because I'm like not I am not at all versed with the Metroid Prime games, so I don't have a lot of input to weigh in on here. It looks very nice. It looks very pretty. It looks like Metroid Prime. It looks like I don't mean this in a bad way. I just mean that I have seen Metroid Prime games, and I look at this and I go, yes, that is Metroid Prime. So, we will see. I was really hoping, that this trailer would end with them also announcing, like, remasters for Metroid Prime 2 and possibly Metroid Prime 3 as well. But no such luck. I then realized that they did that already for Metroid Prime 1. So it would be very silly. It would be really funny and also maybe a little sad if in the time that it took for them to make Metroid Prime 4 that they remastered the rest of the series on modern platforms. But they're probably doing that, right? Like, they're almost definitely doing that too. They have to be. They have to be. They love doing that. Like, you can play the entirety of Pikmin on the Switch. You can play the entirety of Xenoblade on the Switch. They are probably going to make sure that you can play the entirety of Metroid Prime on probably your Switch 2, if I had to guess. It looks cool. Still no date. Still no date. I think, okay. I think this is for a very particular reason. I think I think they did not show a date for Metroid Prime 4 because they're going to show Metroid Prime 4 again next week. And yes, it's going to be a launch title for the Switch 2. And they didn't want to just spoil the release date for the Switch 2 before the Switch 2 Direct. So I think for now it is a coming 2025 date. And then next week when they show like how much better Metroid Prime 4 looks on the Switch 2, they're going to be like, and it's coming fucking April, fucking June, whatever, $70. It looks cool. Who asked for this? Who asked for this? No more coffee games. I think this one is the one that's like, all right, we've run the course. I think we have to not do coffee games anymore. Now that Disney is trying to like mooch in on this market, I think we have to stop making coffee games. We're done. We're done with that. We have to find something else to do now. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I like, this is so not for me. This is also so not for me. This is the game that this is mean. I saw this and was like, this was the game that like that shitpost was about like, this is what people wanted Disco Elysium to be, like, where you're playing as a cozy game about a witch in the Alps trying to find her cat or whatever. If this is your thing, good for you. I hope you like it. So, but it's not mine. I think they showed this game before. This like DuckTales, very DuckTales inspired game where you're playing as Peepaw. That's cute. Gradius collection. That's cool. I'm not really much of a shmup guy. They showed off Rift of the Necrodancer. That game is cool. I need to play it more. I got here, I saw this, I was like, huh? Wait, hold on. Wait, what happened? Pardon me? They're adding more crossover music. There was already some crossover music in the game already, but it was like Super Meat Boy. Which I was kind of like whatever on. But then they showed like the Madeline's and I was like, "Oh, that's cute. That's fun." And then I fucking busted a gut. I back up. I fucking busted a gut laughing. Seeing fucking Peppino in the fucking Rift of the Necrodancer art style. That shit is this is the funniest frame ever made by man. We're not topping this. We're not topping this. It's only downhill from here. Tamagotchi Plaza. I'm sorry. This person, the person narrating this direct, really wanted to make sure that you knew that it's technically pronounced Tamagotchi. I and like 80% of the rest of the world call it Tamagotchi, and will continue to do so. This feels very much like chasing. They saw how well people received Hello Kitty Island Adventure and were like, shit, we gotta get in on that. But then also like adding fucking like iPad Elsa dental surgery like mini games. What are we doing? Why? What is this? Who is this for? That's cool. I don't go here. I don't go here, so I don't really have much of an opinion. Other than I just thought this was weird. More Pokemon Legends ZA. I did not think that they were gonna talk about this. This bit of like having a fucking like battle royale ass mode like in the game, I assume part of the story, is cool. These designs are awesome. These character designs are really fucking cool. I call my ass intrigued. I love this conceit of like, you know, eyes locked, trainer battle, and then that shit just starts. That shit just starts frame one. There is no like, no words, just beef. It's like, fuck you, square up, attack. But also the fact that you can do like a sneak kill on unsuspecting trainers is so fucked up. This shit is brutal. This shit is brutal, man. I'm really excited for this game. I have to be honest with you. I was so worried about it with how long they went without talking about it. But now that they are showing it off more and more, I'm like starting to get excited. I'm starting to believe, because I really liked Legends Arceus. Once again, still no date, just late 2025. I will be very curious to, I would really like for them to see, or I would really like to see what this game looks like on the Switch too, because I don't want to play another Pokemon game on the Switch one. I really don't. I know how that's gonna go, and I don't want to do it anymore. I want to play it on Switch 2 and hope that it runs better. I can't. I don't want to get into it again. I don't want to. I don't want to get into it again. I think this little character is cute. I kind of like the text-to-speech voice with like the boop at the end. I like these little guys. I think they're cute. I think this is a fun start of the game tutorial. There is some stuff here that I enjoy the look of. I'm glad that they're getting I'm glad that they're getting to make another one of these, specifically for the added context of the fact that the series was kind of in jeopardy or in limbo for a while because like the producer of it, what's their name, Sunku, I believe, for a very long time, they were dealing with, oh, what is it called? Let me scroll back up and find the post. Any second now. Any second now I'll find it. Yes. The composer for the Rhythm Heaven series, Sunku, in 2014, so not long after Rhythm Heaven Fever, was diagnosed with laryngeal cancer, and they had to have some of their vocal cords removed. So I feel like for a bit it was kind of unsure, like if they were really going to if this series was going to have the same momentum that it did. Because the Rhythm Heaven game after that was largely comprised of like rehashing previous games. So the fact that we are getting a new one, and the fact that his name is attached to it probably means that he's like okay now, or has been okay, which is great news. That's great. And I hope that's the case. I just, this one, okay, I saw this one and was like, I'm going to be less of a hater on stream, or try to be less of a hater on stream than I was in my Discord, because I was being a hater in my Discord. And I worry that that was maybe a bit off-putting. I look at this one, and I was just like, the movement on this one, shush, looks bad. I don't know, I don't have any other way to say it. It looks bad. This one's cute. Kosan Takeuchi just does not have, he just does not have the sauce. He does not have the sauce anymore. I think, okay, we gotta stop giving Japanese artists iPads. I think the iPads are doing something to them, and like the iPad with Procreate pipeline, I think is doing something to them and to their brains that like needs to be examined. I just don't think it looks very good. And I have thought this about the games that he is the art director on, since fucking WarioWare Gold. The art has just gotten so much simpler in a way that I don't find appealing. And also just the fact that now WarioWare and Rhythm Heaven just look the same. Uh it's very clean, which is like that's not the issue. Um it's more so that the art is just very, it's a lot more streamlined. It's like it's like if you compared the later seasons of Dexter's Lab to like the first ones, you know? Where like the art style just like it looks similar, but it just changes in a noticeable way that like people are very divided on. Um I will almost certainly still play it because I love Rhythm Heaven. Um they just have to put Kotakeuchi in front of like a tablet. Please. Um Then they showed this shit, virtual game cards. I still don't get this. I like still don't get it. It's like library sharing, but they added so many complicated steps to it. Man, Nintendo cannot. Nintendo would really just rather like bankrupt themselves. Nintendo would really rather just like there is so much more that Nintendo would rather do than just admit that somebody else beat them to the punch. Like they cannot just adopt a feature or a gimmick and just let it be. Like they can't just put family sharing on the Switch because they need to be Nintendo and they need to like exert absolute control over how you interface with anything that they make. Which is why they made a fucking news app rather than just like, I don't know, focusing more on your social media presence. They would rather just be like, no, fuck you, do it. You come to us, we don't come to you. So they have this really weird library sharing system where you like send out games, but it's like it's local only. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like local only, and yeah, it's within like your family network. And most confoundingly, where is it? And you can send one game to one person. It's not just everybody in a family gets to share their libraries with each other. It's you have to send. It's like, all right, I'm sending you fucking Pikmin 4. I'm sending you Splatoon. I'm sending you Mario Wonder. I'm sending you Xenoblade X. And it's timed. You have 14 days. You have to play this shit in 14 days or it gets sent back and you have to do it again. You get to keep your save data, thankfully, but like it's just such a weird, like, why? Like, just everything about it is just why? Why did you do it this way? What reason did you feel you needed to do it this way rather than just let you can keep it just within like Switch family groups and then just let people share that way, like, and that would be fine. But like, I don't know. It's just I've said it before, but like this Nintendo really makes it so hard. Like I really have to try so hard to separate Nintendo into two entities of like Nintendo, the developer that makes the games that I like love to pieces and has been with me since like I was born. And then there is Nintendo, the corporation, that just that is trying to make money and own everything that they do in such a crippling way, and also ruins people's lives and livelihoods because you dared to pirate a video game or host pirated copies of video game. It's so much, and it gets so much harder to do as time goes on. And I don't know. I don't know. They make it really hard to be excited a lot of the time. They showed off some, they did their sizzle reel. I don't know who was asking for High of Life on Nintendo Switch, but that's just me personally. So, whatever. Maybe the worst frame rate on a game that I've seen in my life. I don't know what's going on over at level 5, bro. I will not be playing this on the Switch. I will not be playing this on the Switch too. I will probably be playing this shit on PC. Saga Frontier 2 remastered. I know people were really excited about this. People were really happy about this. I think it looks cool. I like the blend of sprites with like almost like picture book-esque like backgrounds. I don't really like the way that they're upscaled, but it's one of those things that I've kind of just had to swallow for any re-release or remaster of a video game at this point. I'm curious about it. I am still very new to the Saga series. My only real experience with it is the little bit that I played of the Romancing Saga 2 remake. But like people really love this game. Can you stop, bro? Girl, please. People like these games. People really like it. This series got shooters. Monument Valley, cool. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. I was so excited when they showed this off, and then I was so excited when I saw that it was going to have a Steam page, and I was so immediately disappointed when I looked further at the Steam page and I realized that it was not Clap Hands, the original Hotshot developer. I don't know. I will honestly probably still play it because I'm desperate. And I would really like to play I would really love to play a golf game on PC. Like, that prospect alone is just very tempting. But also, I'm just looking at it and I was like, this really is lacking the sauce that, like, those Hot Shots games had. And even, like, Easy Come, Easy Golf has, which is a Clap Hands game. So, basically, I really hope Clap Hands makes another golf game and that they put that on PC. Because I think they need to show everybody how it's done. A Marvel beat 'em up game. I feel like this feels like it was always the logical conclusion of everybody making their own, like, retro revival, like, beat 'em up games, like Streets of Rage and like the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers ones. I feel like the endpoint was always to circle back around to, like, reliving, like, the Marvel superheroes, like, Punisher, stuff. It looks cool. I know somebody that, worked on this, And I saw that, and I was like, of course you did. Cool. We'll probably check it out. Tomodachi Life. I dead ass thought it would never happen. I thought it would never ever happen. But it is. They're making another Tomodachi Life. We will be playing. We will be there. Every streamer saw this and was like, yes, dude, I now have 2 months. Whenever this comes out in 2026, I will have like 3 months of content from this. I'm ready to milk this shit for all it's worth. I'm curious about it. What makes it different from Tomodachi Life 1. And then they ended it with a fucking app. Like, whatever, man. Like, shut up. Dude, whatever. Stupid. That was a Nintendo Direct. I talked about it for an hour. I apologize. That was an okay Direct. Really not a lot that I was like terrible. There were a lot of stuff that I was like, whoa. But I wouldn't say there was a whole lot that I was like personally really excited for. But I'm hoping that just means that they're saving the good stuff for next week. They really gotta show off some fucking like 10 out of 10 bangers next week. Like, please, I'm begging you. But we'll see. No Silk Rune or Delta Song. Don't worry, Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. Okay. Okay, fine. So, I'm closing the door, so I don't want to hear it from you. So yeah, we'll see what next week looks like. What the Switch 2 looks like, how much it costs. I'm very excited and nervous, because we really could be, so over or so back before the system even comes out. But with all that out of the way, 1 hour into the stream, why don't we play some Rain Code? Let's play some freaking Master Detective Archives Rain Code. All right. The Mystery Labyrinth. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened, bro?
Ow, this happens every time. There's gotta be a better way.
Yuma, it appears we are witnesses to a historical moment.
Huh?
I never would have imagined discovering an advanced civilization underneath Kanai Ward. There must be treasures sought by adventurers deep inside. Oh, if I had known this was here, I would have brought along a whip and hat.
Fubuki? We're not underneath Kanai Ward. And that's what happened.
That's it!
Huh?
This is exactly the adventure I have been seeking! Hidden treasure inside a labyrinth, traps blocking our way, dangerous monsters! This labyrinth is the adventure I was born to take on!
I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Does she really not get it? Well, that figures.
So, you must be the god of darkness possessing Yuma!
Uh-oh, she caught on really quick. She caught on way too quick.
You got it all wrong. I'm not the god of darkness. I'm the god of death.
She's like our guide for the mystery labyrinth.
Right. If you defy me, I'll abandon you in here.
I see. You're the guide to hell that dwells in the labyrinth. So you are the god of darkness. Then you are plotting to interfere with us. I will not yield to you.
She doesn't get it at all.
It's like she's not listening. This is why I hate naive, sheltered skanks.
Naive? Sheltered? Calling me a skank is one thing, but sheltered? Yuma, I swear I shall conquer this labyrinth. I cannot abide this vulgar god of darkness calling me naive and sheltered.
Fubuki, please, calm down.
Anyway, Master, let's do it again. We've got to put on a fiercer display than ever before for this sheltered skank.
Fiercer than usual?
Fubuki, just a heads up. Please don't take anything you're about to see in a weird way.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
They made a unique one just for her to freak out about.
I am.
The god of darkness was concealing a weapon all along. And yet, Yuma, you have disarmed the god of darkness and stolen her weapon.
Master, we don't have time to deal with this. Just chop her up with a solution blade.
Absolutely not!
Here, I spat out the solution keys for you.
You were smuggling that many keys on you? You must be a serial burglar, god of darkness. Your crimes are far worse than I first imagined.
Seriously, you're such a dumb, sheltered skank. How do you hope to clear the mystery
That's a new
labyrinth
portrait.
like this?
You called me sheltered again.
There, calm down.
Bro, they hate each other.
I
Fight,
refuse.
fight,
I
fight.
do not like conflict, but I will not stand idly by while being insulted. For the honor of the Clockford family name, I must fight.
Sheesh, give me a break.
Now, let's unriddle this mystery labyrinth! Our target is the true culprit who preys on the truth.
I will not lose to the god of darkness. I will conquer this labyrinth sealed in shadow and find the hidden treasure deep within.
This doesn't look very promising. Huh? I can see numbers.
What are you talking about?
It looks like a countdown.
What are you talking about, bro? Huh?
I told you 1,000,000 times. The mystery labyrinth is the materialized form of the case from the real world. Maybe this is a recreation of the countdown timer that caused you such a headache.
You mean the bomb? Then if the timer reaches 0...
it'll go kaboom! You and the whole mystery labyrinth will be blown to smithereens!
Oh man.
What's funny about that?
Did you set up the bomb in this labyrinth? I see. A dirty trick, befitting the god of darkness. Yuma, we must hurry. If we take too much time, the labyrinth will collapse, along with the treasure inside. Let us make all haste to obtain the treasure and escape via waterfall out of the destroyed dungeon.
Wait! It's not safe! Jeez. It's too dangerous for Fubuki to go alone. Although, maybe not. She could use her ability in an emergency.
Oh, I should let you know, Fortes can't be used in here.
Huh? Really?
That sheltered skank is just tagging along inside the mystery labyrinth. She won't be able to use her abilities.
Oh, now I'm worried. Let's hurry after her.
Ooh. Well, it looks like something's happened.
Fubuki?
Oh, Yuma, take a look at this. These cute creatures and I have become the best of friends.
Those are cues. It's a materialized mystery. She's already buried beneath them.
Oh, another round oddity over here?
A phantom.
Found you! You're a terrorist, bomber, murderer, and a maggot who doesn't deserve to live. You murdered Shachi from the Resistance, didn't you? Killing your own people makes you dumber than Dominic.
I didn't do it.
Okay.
When I got to
Okay.
the roof,
It's
Shachi
just
was
white
already
paint.
dead.
It's just white paint on the head. Okay. Huh. I was like, what are we doing here? Like, what the fuck are we doing here, man?
I can't hear you. Sorry, I don't listen to criminals.
How horrifying! So these are the labyrinth's monsters? You summoned such dangerous creatures to block our path?
Think what you want, but you can't move forward until you boom kill these things.
Let us do it, Yuma.
Hey, Dominic, you're good at doing laundry, right? Grab a washboard and give their filthy hearts a good scrub.
Alright, now to remember how to play this fucking game. Alright, just the one.
Just admit it. And faster shooting Shachi on the hideout's roof.
Alright, well. That was easy.
No, I'm not the one who shot him. I was still on the stairs when the gunshot went off. The security footage proves it.
Alright, well, goodbye.
The monsters retreated. Yuma, you defeated those monsters! Splendid! I respect you as a fellow adventurer. As a sign of my respect, may I call you the Warrior of Light?
Hey.
Warrior of Light? Sure, whatever you say.
Careful,
Let's keep
man.
going.
By the way, Yuma, why were they accusing you of being the culprit?
Hang on, let me just check something really quick. It is set to 16.
Oh yeah, Fubuki, you don't remember the case. There was a murder, and I'm a suspect.
There's no way the Warrior of Light can be a murderer.
I was seen under incriminating circumstances. Not only was I a suspected terrorist, but I was also spotted next to a corpse on the roof of a building.
Was there no one else on the roof?
No one. There was nowhere to hide up there, and no other exits.
Well, that does sound awfully suspicious, Yuma. Things would go much easier if you just confess.
I told you I didn't do it! Whoa, what's happening?
I understand now. This place is going to sink very soon.
I know that!
I can float, so it's not a problem for me. But you two better figure something out quick.
I know that too! We just need to solve the mystery, right?
He was a lot more bratty in this one.
Come on, Master, concentrate!
This way!
That was quite the surprise.
Fubuki, let's go up there.
Huh? You mean jump on it?
It's alright, this should be fine. Come on, Fubuki! What's wrong? You need to jump over here!
I am not very good at physical activity.
Huh?
I cannot do it. I lack the confidence.
Huh? Fubuki, you're an adventurer, aren't you? You should be able to jump this.
Very well. I shall reach out as far as possible. Please catch me if I fail to make it.
Go, white girl, go. All right, awful start.
Fubuki!
QTE. Never mind.
That was close.
It's too early to relax. Come on, keep going!
Thank you, Yuma. Something is off. I attempted to rewind time, but was unable to.
About that, you can't use your abilities while inside the mystery labyrinth.
Oh, what's up, Q?
Huh? Is this the work of the God of Darkness? Her frightening power has sealed away my forte?
So you finally noticed.
That's that motherfucker that everybody says repels physical, but he actually doesn't.
I wish you'd quit trying to make things worse.
With your precious powers gone, you're nothing but a hindrance in this labyrinth. Now stay put and keep out of trouble.
Hindrance?
About the murder weapon, the victim was killed by his own gun, right?
Yeah, the muzzle of the gun at the crime scene was still hot, and I could smell gunpowder. Out of the 6 bullets loaded in it, only one of them had an empty shell, which means the bullet that killed Shachi absolutely came from the gun he was holding.
Ew.
Fubuki?
I am a hindrance.
Girl, we don't have time for this. we're gonna blow up.
What, still thinking about that? You should have known that already. You can't solve mysteries, you can't use your abilities, you can barely move, you've got no courage, no resolve. So yeah, you're basically a hindrance, an obstacle. Now beat it before you drag Master down with you.
Fubuki, are you okay?
I am fine. I can stand on my own. Yuma, I am terribly sorry. From here on, I shall make an effort to not cause you any trouble.
You don't have to worry about it. If anything stands in our way, we'll work together to overcome it.
No, this is something I must do on my own. I must become strong enough to take on the world before I can return to the Clockford family.
That is true, Flagon Finch. It was like... it is kind of weird to have, like, character development in these Mystery Labyrinth when they remember none of it.
Hey, looks like she's getting motivated. Sometimes playing the bad guy gets results.
Playing? But you're always like this.
I am curious. Are you really a detective in training, Yuma? You seem far more experienced with adventuring than I am. You even have the title of Warrior of Light.
You gave me that title, Fubuki.
Master's an expert at getting dragged into other people's business. He's been forced around the block a few times. He's got a great mentor, too.
In contrast, I have nothing besides the ability to wind back time. And my only merit is useless here.
Oh, man.
Too bad, so sad. You're not gonna make it through here. You're getting real annoying. It's starting to stress me out. Master, help me unwind by turning them into mincemeat.
You got it. Parallel gunshot wound. Shachi's gun designed by
Even if
Iruka.
you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you.
What? I disagree.
Even if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you. And you planted it in Shachi's hand.
Huh?
Say,
The fact that someone put the gun in Shachi's hand, but you can't prove you didn't do it.
That's true.
even if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you.
Okay, I'm clearly not getting something here.
Say,
There was no one on top of the hideout, right? In that case, accomplice would have been somewhere else, but look at the solution beautiful ones. Just
Right.
check where the mystery phantom said the shot was fired from.
even if you didn't fire the gun, you ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you. And you planted it in Shachi's hand. That was your maggot master plan! Huh? Where was the shot taken?
Oh, there's more. Okay.
There's one spot where the shot could have been made. You shot from the roof of the building next door.
Really making me wait for this one, huh? Whatever.
This mystery. The neighboring building didn't have any windows, so the only way to shoot the victim was from the rooftop. But that building was taller than the hideout. If the victim was sniped from that height, the gunshot wound would have been at an angle. But the gunshot wound through his head was horizontal.
Maybe his head was at an angle.
Based on the gunshot wound, it's impossible for the bullet to have traveled from the roof of the neighboring building.
Get it? Since the wound ran parallel to the roof, the shooter must have been at the same height.
Well, it could be that the victim's head was at an angle at the
See,
time
that's
of
what I'm
impact.
saying.
But in that case, we would have found the bullet lodged in the roof.
The monster conjures falsehoods to impede our progress.
But it's strange that they insist it was a homicide. If I'm not the culprit, it'd make more sense to rule it as a suicide.
Yeah, but they want you to be the culprit is the thing.
That's because it is one. They're insisting it's a homicide to cover it up.
Oh.
So you finally revealed your true nature, God of Darkness.
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh?
Yuma, do not be swayed by this deceiver. This case is most assuredly a homicide.
Assuredly. And what are you basing that on?
The victim carried a gun, did he not? If so, he could have used it to combat the peacekeepers pursuing him. And yet, he hastily turned the gun on himself. I do not believe the victim was so cornered that he would commit suicide.
That actually makes sense.
That's a good point. Even if he wanted to avoid using his gun, he could have at least used it to threaten them.
So it must be a homicide.
I really like Shinigami twiddling her fucking legs.
No, suicide.
Homicide!
Rabbit season! Duck season!
Suicide.
There are 2 doors?
Huh?
The letters are written in blood. Does Yuma's blood contain holy powers? And it illuminates this cursed labyrinth? Yuma, you are more than the warrior of light. You are the holy warrior of light.
Sure, that's fine. Let's focus on this problem.
Yeah, whatever.
Is this a suicide or a homicide? We need to narrow it down, now.
It is clearly a homicide.
Nuh-uh! It's totally a suicide.
Oh, yes. Keep fighting. Yes. I agree it's a homicide. Or, wait. Oh, man. Fuck, I don't know. It feels so unlikely that it was a suicide because there was no reason for Shachi to have done that. But then at the same time, there is so much shit that feels unrelated to what happened. There's so much shit that feels unrelated to what happened that I can't help but feel like maybe that it was a suicide and that there is just an elaborate plot by the fucking peacekeepers to frame it as a homicide so that they could then frame Yuma for what was actually a suicide. I'm going to try it.
Right here!
There could also just be some misdirection baked into this from the onset that I have to work through.
Are you sure about that, Yuma? This could be a trap set up by the God of Darkness.
But given the situation, there is no other possibility besides it being a suicide.
Yep. Besides, if it was a homicide, there had to have been someone on the roof. The Master was on the emergency stairwell, and the peacekeepers were behind the entry door. The killer couldn't have gotten away. Guess this stupid sheltered skink couldn't even understand that.
You called me sheltered again!
Besides, if I was wrong, a trap would have activated. From the looks of it, there's nothing.
What? Oh no! What do we do?
There's no other mystery to solve, so there's nothing we can do. Sorry. Looks like this was wrong after all.
Tee!
No way! Sorry about that. Guess I was wrong. It was my bad this time, so I'll return you to before you made that choice. There we go.
There are...
Alright, I guess it was a homicide. Guess we doing homicide now.
Right here! I'm sure this is the right way.
I knew it! This case had to be a homicide.
If it was a homicide, someone else had to have been on the roof, right? But Master, you were on the emergency stairwell, and the peacekeepers were behind the door. Which means no one could have gotten off that roof.
Shinigami, have you considered
How
that possibly
difficult
this case
shit
was
that it
stupid?
didn't get away. See? If it wasn't a suicide, then what happened? You better explain yourself.
Very well, I shall. I completely agree with what Yuma said.
I didn't say anything.
So what do you think, Master?
You mean why I think it's a homicide? I don't really have a solid reason why yet.
We're trapped!
Oh no! The walls!
Come on, spit it out. The mystery labyrinth won't wait forever, you know.
I know, but
Yuma!
if it was in fact a homicide, there would be some clue left behind at the crime scene. If I can just remember something.
Oh, like this?
What the fuck?
Here, this is everything left at the scene. This should be easy mode. I made sure to pull everything straight out of your memory, Master.
I'm sure there's a clue pointed to a homicide hidden here.
We do not have much time. Please hurry, Yuma!
There must be something suspicious, something that stands out.
Let me take another look at my solution keys. Security camera footage. By checking the footage before and after the incident, no one was Yuma was shown. There's only one gunshot. Yuma was in the middle of the stairwell at the time. I don't think I said a single word in any of those sentences correctly. Shachi's gun. Contrary to standard models, this firearm cylinder swings out to the right side. Out of the 6 bullets loaded in the cylinder. Only one of them had an empty casing. At the time of Shachi's discovery, because the muzzle was hot and smelled of gunpowder, it is presumed that this gun was used. Shachi's corpse. There's a gun in Shachi's right hand. Yeah, okay, so wait. The cylinder swings out to the right side, which would presumably be for a left-handed person, but the gun was placed in his right hand. So that's something. I don't have anything about the umbrella? Really?
There has to be a clue. I have to find it.
The gun.
I know, it's this. This has to be related to the murder.
Oh, the wall stopped. Looks like it's the right one.
That is the gun that fired the fatal shot, right? But how can you determine it was a homicide?
There's something unique about this gun. A revolver cylinder normally swings out to the left, but the gun found at the scene swings out to the right.
Means that we're in mirror world.
I see. That is unusual. It is incredible how you even noticed it. You really are the holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
It got even longer. Oh well, anyway. This gun was apparently custom made for Shachi.
The junk shop geezer said that too. How does that prove this was a homicide?
I don't know anything else about it. I just
Because the
figured
gun
this
was placed in his
kinda out
right
of
hand,
place.
Yuma. Keep up.
It's happening again?
Of course. You haven't solved the mystery itself.
Yuma, over there! Could you try shooting it with the gun?
I'm no marksman. Oh, but it could work inside the mystery labyrinth. If this gun is the answer...
Persona 5?
Huh? It's not loaded?
If you can't shoot it, then you're still missing something.
Something? Do you mean like...
Are you
why I
telling
think
me
this
that I
gun is out
need
of
some
place?
sort of, oh, I don't know, truth bullet?
I can't shoot the gun until I figure that out?
Well, Yuma, did you solve it?
Why was Shachi's gun built like this in the first place? The reason why must be relevant.
Are you saying you need my help to solve this? Oh, fine. Since you're so good at begging, I don't mind helping you out one bit. Here we go! Lay it all out! Let's work together as a team. You can do it, Master! Keep that up!
Left. Left.
That's right! Go, go, go!
That's it! It's because he was left-handed! The reason the cylinder swings out to the right is to let him reload while still holding the gun in his left hand. If he was right-handed, it would be very difficult to reload if the cylinder swings out to the right. If Shachi was right-handed, he wouldn't have commissioned his gun to be designed this way.
Yuma, can you speak up? The walls.
Which means Shachi is left-handed.
Before Sachi needed to have the gun because he was left-handed. It means that he needed it to swing onto the cylinder to the right, which he wouldn't have done if he were right-handed.
Dookie. Shachi is left-handed. Shachi had a specially designed gun because he was left-handed. Because he loves killing so much.
Look! The exit! You did it, Yuma!
Oh, it worked.
All thanks to yours truly.
No, it is thanks to Yuma's deduction.
What? But we'd all be flattened by now if it wasn't for my assist.
I will never believe the God of Darkness could willingly lend a helping hand.
Sure, say what you want. Anyway, let's hurry.
Okay.
Countdown is still going.
Right. It looks like the number's gone down by a lot.
You were so close to figuring out this mystery.
No,
Let's
I'm
hurry
not,
up,
bro.
Master.
What do you mean?
Yeah, got it.
What? Just leave it to yours truly. Unlike that shelter skank, I came through with that sweet assist.
What?
The God of Darkness helped us? This must be some sort of trap. Okay. Oh, never mind! He's even bigger!
Another monster!
Alrighty, we're here as your official roadblock. Huh? You want to know why? Because the homicide route ends here. That Shachi terrorist committed suicide. After all. Right, Dominic?
You kept insisting it was a homicide earlier, but now you're going with the suicide theory?
These monsters are cheaters!
Maybe they're cheaters because they're monsters.
Are you defending the monsters? Curse you, God of Darkness! Queen of monsters!
I'm not defending them. I can't even follow this whole monsters and God of Darkness story you have going.
Now's not the time to be fighting!
Bad luck.
I don't even wait.
Looks like it's a dead end.
Oh, yeah. Right, I forgot they do these also.
You can't proceed. Because it wasn't a homicide. Shachi definitely committed suicide. Why don't you just give up?
Oh, okay.
Master!
There should be a contradiction somewhere. You gotta find it and repel it.
Bad luck. Looks like it's a dead end. You can't proceed. Because it wasn't a homicide. Shachi definitely committed suicide.
My claim doesn't hold up!
Okay.
No! Shachi didn't commit suicide! All the evidence points to the contrary!
You know you're super annoying, right? Fine. I'll crush you like a bug.
Shachi is left-handed.
So what if the gun was designed for the left hand? You can still shoot yourself. Shachi shot himself with the gun in his dominant hand.
Wait, actually. Hold on. Oh. Okay, I don't get to look at any of the other ones.
Therefore, I can this is the truth.
Oh, they just let you shoot through the white noise? Huh.
Shachi was left-handed, but he was found dead with the gun in his right hand. There's no reason he'd use his non-dominant hand to commit suicide. It's an obvious contradiction. When the culprit tried to make it appear like a suicide, they put the gun in the wrong hand. Which means someone else was involved in Shachi's death. This death was a setup. It's a homicide.
It also means that that was probably... I feel like that also exonerates Irika from it as well, because she, like... I'm pretty sure she's the one who made the gun, so she would know this and would probably know that Shachi was left-handed.
You managed once again to slay the monsters. That confirms it. The homicide route was the correct one.
Yuma, hit the slay button.
Seems like it. I guess I can admit defeat here.
Huh? The God of Darkness admitting defeat? Perhaps she has an honest side. No, it cannot be. Could this be an illusion she conjured forth?
You know, I don't really care, so long as we keep solving mysteries. Just keep helping my master out for a bit longer.
Let's carry on for now.
I'm still running with the theory you had last stream. I do not even remember what my theory was last stream.
The
number of murderers goes up each case. Yeah.
Victim's dominant hand wrong.
Maybe, yeah.
Perhaps the culprit doesn't know that Shachi's custom gun was designed for someone left-handed. Shachi rarely carried his gun, so they probably never saw him hold it.
Maybe it could be like... Maybe it's not all of the members of the Resistance. Maybe it's only a couple of them, and then also these fucking peacekeepers.
Huh. Why would he go through the trouble of getting a custom gun that he never intended to use? Deep down, do you think he was just like any other violent terrorist?
Maybe the gun was a gift.
A gift? From whom?
A woman named Iruka manages the Resistance's weapons. She was the one who designed it.
Gifting a gun is so romantic. It delights my adventurer's heart.
It does?
Well, thanks to the culprit's mistake, we now know this was a homicide. But we still have a lot of unanswered questions.
Doors. Where did the culprit shoot the victim from?
The location where the culprit shot Shachi.
Yep. Even if this case is a homicide, that's still a mystery.
But if you know it was, in fact, a homicide, then the answer has to be here. I have no idea what it could be, but I am confident that you can discover the answer. For you are he who tames the God of Darkness, holy great detective warrior of light Yuma.
How long is my name going to get?
You are turning into a fucking light novel title. Let's see. Roof of the hideout. Inside of the hideout. Roof of the building next door. Let me take another look at my solution keys. Because there's blood on the... There's blood on the roof, which I feel like means that Well, Interior lock that's open from the roof side. The key was left in the keyhole. Since the peacekeepers were on the other side of the door, it seems unlikely that someone entered or exited through here after the gunshot. Okay, the thing that I'm noticing, the thing that I'm noticing here is just the fact that if you look at the blood on the roof, and then you also look at the wounds. Like, if you look at the direction that the blood is falling... If you look at the direction the blood is falling, yeah, it looks like he was lying down. So I'm starting to wonder if he was even, like... If him getting shot was even actually how he died. And also the fact that, like, the gun is in his right hand, which they said was a contradiction because he's left-handed. But then if you look at the blood splatter on his head, the left side... The left side of his head looks more... I can't tell which one is supposed to be the entry wound and which one is supposed to be the exit wound. So maybe the bullet did go the other way. Maybe it did go from the left side of his head to the right. So maybe he did shoot himself and then somebody moved the gun. The exit wound would have a bigger splatter. Okay. All right, fair enough. Cardi used to be a competitive swimmer. That means... Okay, so that means nothing for the rooftop thing. But that does maybe have something to do with the flooding. Servan is good at tinkering. He knows how to make bombs, which is probably why the shit exploded. Then there's the safe. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say on the roof of the hideout, just because I still don't see any other place where it could have been.
Right here.
But also, yes, the fact that the blood there was like no blood splatter from where he stood, from like where he shot himself.
That was the right answer, but...
Other than like the blood pooling around his head when he was on the floor is like, so was he couldn't, I guess, was he standing? I don't know, man. I'm so confused.
He was shot on the roof,
that mean the culprit was also on the roof?
The culprit placed the gun in Shachi's hand to make it look like a suicide. That means they had to be there in person. The culprit was definitely on that roof.
The culprit was on the roof and then also had to fuck off in the span of seconds before Yuma got there. Fuck is this? I mean, the characters are just as confused. Yeah, but like, I want to know. I want to know what's going on because I don't like. I'm along for the ride, but also part of the charm of playing a mystery game is feeling like you at least have some sort of understanding of how the mystery is progressing. I have nothing.
But Yuma, you said nobody was there when you arrived.
That's what we have to figure out now. When I heard the shot, I was halfway up the emergency stairs. It took about 10 seconds to reach the roof.
Okay, so somebody had to fuck off in the span of 10
And
seconds.
in that time, the culprit vanished like a cloud of smoke from the scene.
Where could the murderer have gone?
Maybe... Maybe they went through the door. Maybe the door was... I don't know.
This is...
We're back at the crime scene.
Follow the culprit's escape route.
Follow the culprit's escape route?
That's what I'm saying.
You need to escape in the same way the culprit did after committing the crime.
Okay, so... They did not go to a neighboring building. They definitely did not jump off the roof. And they could not have taken the stairs. So I do think they just went through the door.
Is it easier to imagine that the criminals simply went back inside through this door?
No, that's impossible. At the time of the incident, the peacekeepers were on the other side of it.
You assume that maybe the culprit was not in with the peacekeepers.
I see. If the culprit had gone inside through here, they would have been apprehended by those peacekeepers.
Well, it's safe to say this wasn't the escape route.
Okay, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Ah, so the culprit escaped via the emergency stairs. As the culprit was in a state of emergency, it is only natural that they would make use of emergency stairs.
Wait. Master was up ahead, right? There's no way the culprit could have escaped without bumping into him.
What are you saying? Yuma is right here, is he not?
I mean, when the crime happened. Jeez, this sheltered skank and her empty head are killing me here.
Yet again, you called me sheltered.
Hey, I'm just telling it like it is.
Sheltered there.
Fight, fight, fight.
You're sheltered in a skank.
Fight, fight.
You're gonna start
Yes.
crying.
Fight.
Skank is acceptable, but
gonna be any time
sheltered
soon.
crosses the line. Please
Tell
stop
me.
calling me that. I have had enough.
I don't know if the culprit realized I was there. The footage from the security camera positioned here didn't show anybody around, which makes it hard to imagine that the culprit escaped from here.
Wait a minute. Emergency stairs. Surveillance camera set up at the emergency stairs.
Is it easier to imagine using a rope or some other tool to escape to the neighboring building? Or perhaps they used a hot air balloon? The culprit must be quite the adventurous thrill-seeker.
But those high voltage lines would get in the way. You'd never reach the next building without touching them.
Oh, so the culprit is not an adventurer?
She looks so disappointed.
That's what you're disappointed about?
Yeah.
Though it is fairly high, would it not be possible to climb down from here on a rope or ladder?
There's nowhere to hang something like that onto. Plus, from this height, it'd take a while to get all the way down like that. It'd be tough for someone to get down and gather their equipment in the short time it took me to reach the roof.
You probably couldn't jump down onto a mat from this height either. You'd die no matter how you landed.
Yuma, this is bad. We have reviewed all the possible escape routes.
And yet, we can't figure out how the culprit got off the rooftop.
Hysterical!
This isn't funny! At this rate, we'll run out of time!
What are we supposed to do?
There's no other way besides finding the culprit's escape route. That's how it is in the Mystery Labyrinth.
Where are the entrances for cast members and the hidden entryways for maintenance crews?
This isn't an attraction at some theme park.
Well then, why do you hunt Yuma if you cannot even do your job and guide him? A god of darkness who cannot guide you is just a directionless god of darkness.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a stupid, sheltered skank that's completely useless.
You called me sheltered again! How many times is that now? Let's see. After the number 3 comes...
Seriously, are you
Be
dense?
quiet, please!
Is head on
After
right?
3 is...
When are you gonna start being
Four.
useful?
I feel much
Get
better.
together
Just
already!
how many insults
What's with
do
the
you
clockwork
intend to
family
hurl
thing
at me?
anyway?
Yes, that is
For a
obvious.
long
I'm not
time,
able
it's
to use my
completely
powers here,
useless
but
in
at
the
least I
Mystery
can be by
Labyrinth, you
Yuma's
know.
side.
The culprit must have been on their roof when they committed the crime. They escaped somehow. But how? There aren't any other clues of the crime scene. Wait, if nothing was there, what if the culprit destroyed evidence?
What? Destroyed evidence?
Why was that one so much lower quality?
And leave it to yours truly. I'll wring it out of your mind, Master.
Wait.
What? Destroyed evidence? And leave it to yours truly. I'll
fuck?
wring it out of your mind, Master.
You're going to recreate the crime scene again?
If you don't remember it, then I've got no choice. I'll make it a gentle beating this time around. So, which memory do you want beaten out of you?
When the body was discovered, when the rooftop was first entered.
How about when Shachi first called me up to the rooftop? The culprit wouldn't have done anything to the scene yet. I can even compare it to when I found the corpse.
Alrighty, leave it to me.
What is this daunting aura I sense? What are your intentions here?
Let's do it,
It
Master!
can't be! Wait!
Excuse me.
Are you alright, Yuma?
I'm in so much pain. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
The corpse is gone, but nothing else has really changed about this place. I believe all that happened was you were assaulted, Yuma.
Not much time passed between when you first reached the rooftop and when you discovered the corpse. If nothing changed, then there are no clues here for you to use.
Hang on. There must be something. Something that the culprit destroyed to cover their tracks.
I wrenched this memory out of your tiny brain, so you don't have much time left to look around. Your time limit is until the pain in your head goes away. You better hurry up and investigate.
Got it. I'll hurry.
Crime scene recreation. All right.
Nothing seems particularly different. There's nothing odd about the security camera either. It seems like there's no place to hang a rope off of. There's nothing of note on this side of the wall. Hmm? What is that? A storm drain? Has that always been there?
Oh, the rubble was covering it! The rubble was covering it! Wait! It was a Cardi! Holy shit, it was a Cardi! He fucking dove in! And then fucking Servan blew up the wall!
Oh, right. The explosion. The explosion that happened right after I found the body must have buried it in rubble. So the drain was covered after a mysterious explosion.
The drain was buried from the rubble. The drain was buried in rubble from the explosion that happened right after the body was found. Aww.
Find anything, Master?
Yeah, I might have found a clue that shows how the culprit escaped.
Really? You did it, Yuma!
I totally forgot about that.
Mystery phantoms.
Chirp, 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 chirp. I was curious what all the tweeting was about. You're still fantasizing about all this nonsense? He committed suicide. There's nobody to pursue. After all, there's no place a culprit could run to. No one can run off a rooftop.
No one could escape the rooftop.
Which means if you can disprove that, then we'll defeat them and press forward. What's with these weirdo fantasies? I'm saying Shachi committed suicide. You're such a maggot. There is no other
Really have to be
culprit.
careful.
No one could have left that rooftop.
That claim doesn't hold up. No, there is a culprit! And there's a way to escape from the roof, too!
Ugh, such a drag.
Fucking Mendokusai.
You're still talking about that? What a downer!
Drain. Alright, maybe my upgrades are making this a little too easy.
So, where did the culprit go? You can't escape through the roof's door. You can't escape down the emergency stairs. Or was the culprit on the roof the whole time? All impossible! See? There's simply no place to run.
I hit it! Okay, come
There was
on.
no culprit. Dominic completely agrees.
But
Alright, well, I'll do better this time.
this mystery. No, there is a way out. The drain directly below the rooftop.
Don't let any shady statements slip by.
Mystery Phantoms will ask a riddle from time to time. Read the question carefully and counter by repelling the words of the answer you think is right. Okay.
The drain? What about it? What's that got to do with fleeing from the roof? How did the culprit escape? Go ahead and try answering that.
With this, I'll expose the truth. That's right. The culprit dove into the drain from the roof. That was the culprit's escape route.
Oh, well. Goodbye.
They disappeared, but to leap into a storm drain from atop a roof? Is such an adventurous stunt truly possible?
I wasn't sure about that as well. But if the explosion was used to destroy evidence, I think that has to be the case. The culprit opened the storm drain's grate
Yes,
beforehand
shitty
and
CG.
jumped to the roof right after committing the crime. The Doya district was flooded, so naturally the drain would have been filled with water. Then, the culprit swam away.
It would only take a few seconds to escape the roof that way. So the culprit used a bomb to blow up the area, which covered up the evidence of their escape.
Like so.
Why? We defeated these monsters already.
The problem here was follow the culprit's escape route.
So we have to leap into the drain just like the culprit did?
I have to jump from up here? And now more drains have suddenly appeared. What is happening?
Master, you have to make up your mind and jump!
No, I don't! I'm already falling!
Who is capable of committing this crime? Resistance leader.
This way! We actually made it.
I felt as if my heart would jump out of my chest. But we managed to get down.
It's not over yet. Look over there! Looks like all the suspects are here!
Must we fight all of them? Even Yuma cannot face 4 foes at once.
Oh, goodbye.
They fled!
Then we better chase after them!
Chase scenes are common in adventures, but are you certain the culprit is among them?
There are only 2 ways the culprit could get a hold of Shachi's gun, the murder weapon. Either steal it from the safe or get it from Shachi himself. In any case, the only ones who could have done it are members of the Resistance.
Is it possible the culprit took the victim's gun by force? If so, a complete stranger could have done it.
But if someone tried to take his gun, I'm sure Shachi would have drawn it and threatened them. If so, the culprit would have realized their target was left-handed.
I see. That would conflict with a cover-up attempted at the crime scene.
Oh shit,
Also,
old man
the culprit
sprinting
issued
it?
a proclamation on behalf of the Resistance against the Peacekeepers. At the time, I didn't understand why it was sent to the Peacekeepers, but it must have been to corner Shachi by steering the Peacekeepers toward the hideout. The culprit then ambushed him when he arrived on the roof.
Which means the culprit anticipated the target fleeing up there.
This really is going to be some sort of thing about, like, Shachi being too soft, right? It was like, no, we needed to take action now, but Shachi wanted to do things right. So we had to kill him.
Perhaps it was a planned escape route the Resistance had decided on beforehand. If they fled using the emergency stairs, it would be easy to shake off pursuers.
We're bad, by the way. We're the bad guys, I guess, because resistance is terrorism and terrorism is bad.
As a matter of fact, the Peacekeepers were held up there. If he hadn't been killed, he would have escaped.
So all of it was calculated. Whoever it is, they are truly frightening. And that culprit is among them?
If we organize all the clues we've got so far, we can narrow down who the culprit is.
But how long will they keep running? At this rate, there's no end in sight.
Oh shit, Yuma jump?
Master, over there!
What the fuck?
A giant water tank?
In here, you always find the culprit if you keep solving mysteries. So the only way to catch up to them is to solve mysteries.
Huh?
What would be necessary? Yeah, what would be necessary for the culprit to commit the crime?
I'm counting on you, Master!
Got it.
Be good at swimming.
In order to commit this crime, the most important requirement is to be an excellent swimmer. Jumping from that height into a storm drain would also require training and experience. Maybe they had high diving experience through swimming competitions.
We finally caught up!
The truth is crystal clear. The one who murdered Shachi...
They must have been an I really like you have to know it's like, all right, well, the person had to have been an excellent swimmer. That's right.
I wouldn't kill anyone!
The excellent swimmer is, of course, Servan.
I didn't kill anyone!
I haven't done anything.
There's no way I could kill Shachi.
I didn't kill anyone!
It's you, Icardi! You took advantage of your swimming skills to murder Shachi!
Huh? What? No! That's insane! I'm not the culprit!
By the way, I'm gonna turn evil now.
Bullshit!
Kaiman? The fuck? What the fuck is going on with that bulge? Wait a minute!
I didn't kill Shachi! I'm not the culprit!
Jesus Christ, what's happening?
Such a foreboding presence. Is this the true identity of the final monster protecting the hidden treasure?
But most of the mystery has already been solved. This is just its last stand. Master, let's solve this thing once and for all!
Right!
He's got a fucking Among Us on his back like Fortnite. Okay.
I'm not the culprit!
Oh, okay.
Where's your evidence? There are other Resistance members. I know. Margala is the culprit. Margala shot Shachi on the roof.
This is the truth!
These limbs are huge.
Margala has an alibi! It's impossible for him to have done it!
If it's not Margala, then Iruka is the culprit.
So it's just gonna have me go through everyone else.
Iruka knows a lot about handling guns. She killed Shachi and made it look like suicide.
I destroyed noise 200 times during reasoning death matches, by the way.
Iruka designed the handgun, so she knew Shachi was left-handed. She never would have made that mistake faking a suicide.
It's not Margala. It's not Iruka. But you still can't say I'm the culprit. The culprit is Servat! He killed Chachi on the roof. And messed with the corpse. Then escaped through the drain!
This is the truth. Servat was traumatized after once nearly drowning, so there's no way he would have dove into a drain.
Actually, it was him, and he just got over it. Gotta go. I still think it was more than just him.
You defeated the monster! Huh? But what about the treasure?
That's strange. We found the culprit and
Yeah,
also cut
it's
down
not
his
over yet,
excuses.
so there is definitely more to it.
But the truth still hasn't appeared? Where is the real culprit's soul?
There is also still just like all the shit that happened with the flooding. I don't know.
The countdown hasn't stopped yet. It went down by a lot again.
Perhaps there is a secret final boss in this labyrinth? Wait, I know. It's...
Stop. If anything, I'm the secret protagonist.
Moving on. This means we haven't revealed the truth of this mystery labyrinth. Maybe it's because we don't have a solid overall picture of the case.
the overall picture?
There's no mistake that Ikari made Shachi's murder look like a suicide. But we don't know why he did it. If you wanted to kill him, there are simpler ways to do it. Why bring the Peacekeepers into this?
So we need to find the motive. As long as
also
that's
true.
an unknown, we won't reach the truth.
Hmm? The water is flowing somewhere.
Oh, so it is. I wonder where it is heading.
The water flows somewhere. If the Mystery Labyrinth is a reflection of reality, the flow of water may have some significance.
Then let's see where it leads us. This could be the path to the hidden treasure.
You know, this case seems to involve water an awful lot. The slums where the crime took place are flooded, like the entire commercial area.
Right. Given that, the truth should be wherever the water leads.
He didn't say... Margolon never really said where he... Like, he just said that he worked for Amaterasu Corporation. But I don't remember if he ever, like, really clarified much further than that.
A dead end. And this countdown timer. Looks like it's linked to that countdown. And it's dropping by a lot.
Hey, Master. Maybe this isn't a dead end. Maybe it's a giant bomb.
Oh, what?
Huh? What?
Oh my! What a big, breathtaking bomb! I cannot help but be impressed.
You shouldn't be!
I'm sure this is the heart of this mystery labyrinth. So there's only one thing left to do. Master, you just gotta defuse this bomb too, like how you did in the real world.
This giant bomb?
If you can solve the mystery, the bomb will stop ticking. So really, it's no different from what you've been doing.
Good luck, Yuma. I am confident that you can do it.
Bro, who is splish splashing around back there?
For
Cut
you
it
are
out.
the elite bomb diffuser, he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
You'll be fine, Master. You've got the best mentor there is.
Okay, I'll try.
What was the purpose of the bomb? Indiscriminate terrorism. Diversion. Call to revolution. I'm gonna say it's a diversion.
Seems like that was correct, yet the countdown has not stopped.
That has to mean there are more mysteries left.
You mean the diversion? What does it mean?
Since they made me defuse the bombs, the culprit's goal wasn't destruction. They just wanted to frame me as a terrorist to put the Peacekeepers' attention on me. That's why they set up such a complex, time-consuming puzzle that had me running all around Kanai Ward.
So they could do something else.
I meant I just wanted to know the definition of the word diversion.
What? I have to start there?
Look, you can find her a dictionary later. For now, you gotta defuse that bomb.
Right.
I apologize, Yuma. If only I could use my forte.
There's no need to apologize. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yuma.
Master, you're too reliant on others. It's about time you start doing things on your own. Well, I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
You believe? The god of darkness believes in Yuma?
Focus! You're out of time, Master. Defuse this bomb!
The gay wire. What was the culprit doing during the diversion?
Yes! The countdown stopped! You defused it!
Great work, Yuma!
Ew! What the fuck?
So the culprit's real goal
We're-
was to
We're
flood
already
Mononomon
here?
District.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? How are we already here?
They used the bomb threat to draw the Peacekeepers' attention toward me. Meanwhile, the culprit sabotaged the valves of the power plants and the reservoir to flood Mononomon District.
Let's all do this.
But what's the point in doing that?
Perhaps they wished to sow chaos throughout the city. The resistance was challenging the peacekeepers.
Then why not just detonate the bombs? A lot simpler than flooding the place.
It's true. If their goal was to cause chaos, they could have just used the bombs. Considering that, the culprit must not have wanted to destroy the place.
There! We finally cornered you!
Wait! Please hear me out. This was Shachi's wish.
Shachi's wish?
He wanted us to kill him. He wanted it so bad.
Shachi was always fighting for the sake of Kanai Ward. He wanted to close the gap between the rich and poor. Wanted to reduce the suffering of children. This mission was to flood Marunaman district, to send the rich a message. But flooding the place is just terrorism. It would only make them angry, not actually accomplish anything. So Shachi decided to offer up his life.
Yeah,
he
that
wanted
makes
me
sense.
to kill him, to make it look like the peacekeepers did it. Shachi gave his life for this mission. If you expose the truth, this would all be for nothing. Are you really going to disregard his dying wish? And his sacrifice? Now that you see the truth, please, just leave!
Very well. I understand your circumstances.
Bro, you
We
must
shall
pissed.
take our leave.
Yeah, man, terrorism is never effective. What was that about the Moonies? Bro, free my man! He quite literally committed a victimless crime. Get my man out.
No. That's a lie. Shachi didn't want this.
This looks, how could you deny that? This super looks like the face of somebody that wanted to die. He looks so happy. He's fucking stoked about it. He was like, yes, dude, please. Oh my God. This is exactly what I wanted. This will help the revolution. Put a fucking bullet in my head, please. That way I don't have to do anything. It's awesome. All of my work can just completely go to waste. I won't be able to contribute any more to the revolution. This is such a good idea. I'm so glad that we're all on board with this. Let's go ahead.
What? How would you know? You know nothing about the Resistance!
I've heard him speak. Shachi valued human lives more than anything.
The Resistance isn't a terrorist group. We don't kill people. We won't fight them with violence. It would only lead to more lives lost. We're gonna take them down the right way. The Resistance are not terrorists.
Vote!
Shachi wouldn't resort to something as foul as this. Sacrifice? Dying wish? How dare you lie about that?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Yuma!
You'll pay for this. I'll expose the truth and defend Shachi's honor.
Damn, Yuma. You are a fake fucking decaffer, bro. I thought you weren't about the revolution. What's all this now? I guess it was just Icardi? I really have a hard time believing that, but whatever. I guess he didn't need, I guess Servant maybe just had bombs? I don't know. I guess he didn't need Servant to make bombs specifically for this.
Let's head to the truth, Master.
No, stupid! No! I didn't do it! Shut up! Get away from me! That's bullshit! Stop! Shut up!
idea what we went through in the slums. This is a declaration of our beliefs as part of the Resistance. We have to defeat Amaterasu Corporation. That's why we plunged the city into chaos. Shachi gave up his own life for that. This is what Shachi wanted. Shachi told me to do it. This was all to defeat Amaterasu.
Suddenly change your tone.
We were in
Suddenly
a
change your
noble battle to
tone
end the
really
disparity
quick
between rich and
about from like it used to be like, I didn't do it, I didn't kill him, to like, okay, so like I did, but like he wanted me to do it, so like did I really like kill him? Like I don't know, like
poor.
we're in a noble battle to end the disparity between rich and poor.
This is the truth of the case.
Why do you guys have a cool as fuck Amaterasu Corp safe if you're not about the money?
Your plan has nothing to do with Shachi or the Resistance. You just wanted to take the safes.
Huh? Safes?
Many facilities in Marunamon District use safes made by Amaterasu Corporation, including the bank. These safes are completely airtight, and they can actually float on water.
Oh my god. Are you, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. He just wanted to rob people. After all of this, after all of this, the motive was just, I wanted to rob people? Come on, man. Are you kidding? That's so lame. Are you fucking joking?
Oh, we did see some safes floating around Marunamon District.
The culprit knew they could float, and planned to exploit that to steal all the safes from the bank. The safes would normally be too heavy to move, but they'd be easy to take if they were floating.
So, it was a bank heist?
Yes, that's right.
It
That's
was
the truth behind this case.
It was the stupidest bank heist you've ever seen. Brother, this is some Ocean's -1, -3 type shit.
You took advantage of Kanai Ward's unique features in your plan to rob the bank. This isn't what the Resistance believed in. In fact, you took advantage of their beliefs.
You did it, Master. Now that we've exposed the truth of this case, we just need to finish off that filthy criminal.
Right. Let's finish this. For Shachi.
Yeah, for
Let's
fireman.
go, Shinigami. I'll charge my solution blade with the facts of this case.
He is so much more pissed off about this than he has been about any other case. He was not this pissed off about like the school case or like his fucking detective like comrades being murdered in front of him. He is all in and is like, no, I'm killing this guy for real. the fucking deduction denouement. What did Yuma set up for the resistance? Phone booth. Where did the bombing occur? Phone booth. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm switching. That's right. I forgot. I'm gonna switch to fucking keyboard for this one. Shachi's right hand, submerge, Shachi's gun. What weapon did the culprit obtain? The culprit placed the gun in which person's hand? Shachi's right hand. Where did the culprit flee from? Yes. What did the culprit do in Marunamon? Submerge. Who is the culprit? This bitch. Mystery unraveled! I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to work overtime to like finish this mystery labyrinth because I spent so fucking long talking about the Nintendo Direct. I thought this was gonna be a longer stream. I didn't realize it was gonna be the mystery labyrinth was gonna be this short because this case is so stupid.
Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
It all started with a request from the Resistance.
It took so long. It took so long. There was so much setup for the investigation, and then the mystery labyrinth ends in like fucking 2 seconds.
Shachi asked me to set up security cameras around the city.
You got those cameras from someone by the name of Servan. But they had bombs inside them.
I had no idea, so I set up those camera bombs all around the city. The culprit hijacked Shachi's original plan and conducted a series of crimes.
So did
the bomb set up in the phone booth of Marunamon District exploded first.
Okay, but then so that still begs the question of like, did Servan put the bombs in the cameras? Like, why? Why did he do that?
Luckily, there were no casualties. But the culprit also bombs the drain in Marunamon District at the same time.
Someone snitched and said you were responsible, but that must have been the culprit too.
Since the Peacekeepers' eyes were on me, it made it easier to pull off the rest of their crimes. The culprit took Shachi's gun and went to the roof of the Resistance hideout in Doya District.
Shachi followed soon after. I saw him being chased by the Peacekeepers. The culprit was waiting there to ambush him.
I was heading up the emergency stairs to the roof, but along the way...
Bang!
The gunshot that has...
Heard a ringing gunshot!
Okay, so he was standing up and the gun, there was just no splatter. And there was just no splatter or anything. What?
Shachi was ambushed by the culprit and
Oh no, there
shot
totally
him.
was. Okay, I forgot.
Once it was finished, they placed the gun in Shachi's right hand to make it look like a suicide.
But it was actually a left-handed gun! Getting caught because of your own cover-up is boring
borderline weak sauce.
Why borderline?
Dude, Yuma was like, that shit was weak sauce, bro. There's no if about it. There's no maybe. That shit was weak sauce. That's not how I would have done it.
Jumped into the open drain and escaped from the roof unseen.
I thought it was impossible to jump off the roof. But the area was already flooded, so the drain was filled with water.
Right after the escape, I arrived on the rooftop and discovered Shachi's body.
And kaboom! The hideout exploded!
The drain was buried in the rubble from this explosion. A bomb had been set in advance to hide the killer's escape. After that, we all went around town trying to defuse the bombs.
Cool.
The culprit took advantage of the chaos to open the valve of the reservoir upstream from the power plant.
Since the drain had been dammed in the explosion, when all that backed up water had even more added to it, Marinamon District became totally drenched and shitty.
Okay, now really my biggest question, why is he an elf?
Right, it became a drenched city. Marinamon District is now flooded, and many facilities have safes made by Amaterasu Corporation. The banks are no exception.
These safes are heavy and difficult to move, but because they're so airtight, they can float on water.
As a result, they all floated out of the flooded banks. Collecting these safes was the culprit's true goal.
He's a Wyverian. He has too many fingers, and also, I assume, toes.
Sinking an entire district just to be a small-time looter. I can't tell if the guy thinks big or small.
The only ones who could commit these crimes were the resistance leaders with access to Shachi's gun.
And only one guy was a good enough swimmer to dive right into the drain.
Shachi really did try to save the city. But the culprit not only took over his plan, but killed and framed him.
This criminal lost his pride and dignity as a member of the Resistance, becoming nothing more than a money grubber. And his true identity is...
Icardi! It was you!
I missed the fucking, I really missed the like movement bob, like silhouette. They really just have you look at the guy the whole time.
You're finished!
I don't know if Shachi would have done anything, let's be real. Like, no, but like, you have to pretend, right? Because this is a fantasy.
I hate this city. I was sick of all of Shachi's idealistic nonsense. Fighting the Peacekeepers wouldn't have changed anything.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm a steal.
That's why. I was gonna take the money and get out of here.
How, bro? Get out how?
It's this city that's wrong. This rotten place.
Is this the hidden treasure? It is far different than what I was imagining.
I think so. I felt the same way when I first saw one.
Waiting for the movement Bob cameo in 100 line. If they reference movement Bob in 100 line, they have to give me a job. I'm not kidding.
So, this is it. I was not much help after all. I relied on you the entire time, Yuma.
That's not true. You're a great partner, Fubuki.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I am grateful to have joined you on this adventure, Yuma.
Now help me kill this man.
I think it helped me grow as a person. Just a little bit.
Well, you are gonna forget all of it soon. Huh? What?
Oh, wait, hang on. Is peak about to happen?
sorry for being so rude to you.
What?
I assumed you were a vulgar god of darkness, based solely on your looks.
Yeah, that's pretty rude of you.
But now I realize that you have been a wonderful guide. When you said you believed in Yuma, I realized there was a bond of trust between the two of you. And now, frankly, I adore you.
Wait, this chapter's good actually.
Please consider being my friend.
Wait.
You're gonna forget it all anyway.
Wait.
Yuma, while I may be ignorant and naive, one day, I hope to be a great adventurer and detective, just like you. The labyrinth-delving elite bomb diffuser, he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light. You truly are amazing, Yuma.
That title is getting way too long.
Enough chit-chat. It's time for the part you've all been waiting for.
Huh? What is it? What is about to happen? Wait a minute. Do you mean we are going to leap into the basin?
No. It's time to boot kill the bad guy. Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case. Death to all deplorables. Ruin to the vile mystery labyrinth. Shining rainbow, glorious stellar spiral. That is grand finale.
I hate I'm the guy that has to put the mystery labyrinth back together every time it blows up. I hate my fucking job, bro. I hate this fucking economy.
We've returned from the mystery labyrinth, but
Icardi's fucking not here, so who cares?
we're still in grave danger. How do we get out of this?
Master, now that I think about it, the culprit isn't here, so there's no way you can prove your innocence. Solving the mystery labyrinth doesn't help in this situation one bit.
Come on! Why do we do all that work to discover the truth?
Well, that is what it is. Never give up, Master.
But this time, we're done for.
Unless he's about to drop dead.
Now, Dominic, go nuts and crush their little heads.
Oi.
What?
That's enough.
Sorry to keep you
No
waiting,
way!
Lemmy. You too, Princess?
Yasuhiko! Alara!
The both of you are safe.
What do you think of my grand entrance? Fitting for a charismatic leader, no?
Master detectives with the same, unlike a certain trainee.
Hey, big guy! You're messing with the wrong dude. The criminal you're looking for is right here.
What?
That's...
Chief Yako! And,
So that means that did they figure out the case completely irrespective of everything going on here?
Livia, Did you forget already? I haven't had much screen time, and my name's hard to remember, so I don't blame you.
I was worried about you, Fubuki. And the trainee too, I guess.
All right, man, go fuck yourself. What am I doing here?
I'm kidding, just joking around.
Everyone is safe. Oh, what a relief.
Wait, you're gonna cry? Master, you're gonna cry? Where did you all come from? You know what'll happen if you interfere with the peacekeepers!
Like I said, you're messing with the wrong dude. The ones who planted those bombs were the resistance people on that boat over there. Too bad one of them died from a heart attack. I have no idea why, but if you run an autopsy, you'll find that the cause of death wasn't a homicide.
Okay, I guess, okay. I guess Servan must have helped, but he wasn't, like, I don't know. Because, like, all of the other ones have been accomplices, too. So, like, I don't know. Maybe they just thought he did. I don't know, man.
In other words, Yuma is innocent. Or do peacekeepers punish the innocent?
You can prove his innocence?
You heard her. You got something to say?
I was threatened by Icardi to make those devices.
Okay.
I didn't know what was going on. It's true. I didn't know about the bank robbery, and I didn't think that would happen to Shachi. It was all set up by Icardi. Please, I'll confess everything I know. Please spare my life.
We captured them on a boat in front of the bank. Safe deposit boxes owned by the wealthy were floating nearby.
I will be right back. Here, as a treat, I'll let you all look at Halara while I'm gone. Okay, I'm back.
They were caught red-handed. One can conclude that the events in question were all part of a bank robbery planned by Icardi.
The leader of the resistance was also murdered to pin the crimes on him.
After stealing the safes, they were planning to leave Kanai Ward via the waterway. Ironically, Icardi died of a sudden seizure. Trying to take more money than you can carry will only lead to your own downfall. Seems like an expensive lesson.
What about the other leaders of the Resistance? Margala and Aruka. You're saying they had nothing to do with it?
Yes. Anyway, we're taking Yuma with us. You got no problem with that, right? My terrifying kitten.
Never say that again, please.
Alrighty, gang. Looks like we're free to go.
Yes! The Peacekeeper lady's still staring at me. Maybe she's in love with me.
I don't know about that.
Now that we've handed over the Resistance, the rest is up to the Peacekeepers. Come on, everyone. Let's go.
I think this solves the case for the time being. Another person died. No. I committed murder. Just because he committed a crime doesn't make it right for me to kill him.
He did he did flood an entire city and killed somebody and was trying to like commit grand larceny. I don't know. It kind of like it's not you're right, but also it's getting a little hard to, I don't know.
He took advantage of Shachi's death, and I hunted him down without hesitation. And thanks to that, another life was lost.
Why do you look so sad? Are you always like this when you solve a case?
Huh?
Are you like sad? Are you like depressed?
Yuma, you weren't in the wrong. I think you did the right thing.
Huh?
I think people who commit crimes should all die and go to hell. So like, I think really you're doing a great job.
Even if others disagree, I will always say that you were right.
Left!
So please, don't make that face.
Thank you, Kurumi. If you ask me if what I did was right or wrong, I don't think I was in the right.
That's not true, because...
But I don't need to be right. I need to have conviction.
Conviction?
The strength of a heart that refuses to yield, no matter the situation. Or maybe it's like a detective's creed. Something to guide me when I don't know what to do. It's something I don't have yet. I don't know where to turn when stuff like this happens.
Yeah, at some point you gotta realize that you're not always gonna make the right move, but you just have to be able to be confident in the move that you make.
It doesn't seem that way to me. Yuma, you saved me because you wanted to help someone, didn't you? Then you got dragged into this mess because you wanted to help the Resistance and the people in the slums.
That has nothing to do with being a detective. It's what any human would normally do.
Is that so? A detective with the conviction to do what any human would normally do is a wonderful thing. This is embarrassing, so I'll only say this once. Even if you deny it yourself, I believe you are in the right. That's why I hope you'll always be a detective.
That was close. But we managed this time around. Sheesh. Someone has been a huge troublemaker for us.
What was I supposed to do? I thought you were all dead.
Yuma, the way you keep dragging us into trouble is pure genius.
Oh, he's so flattering.
It wasn't a compliment.
Jeez, you're lucky we even noticed what happened.
Speaking of, where were you all? I searched all over town for you.
And that's what I want to ask. I told you about the emergency meeting place for this sort of stuff.
Meeting place? Huh?
You did not.
The multi-purpose building where the detective agency used to be. I brought you there the day you arrived.
Oh my god, this was when he fucking wasn't paying attention. He totally did.
I didn't tell you?
This is the first time I've heard about it.
Seriously? I see.
Oh, well, okay, then I didn't do anything
forgot
wrong.
to mention it. Then again, you did arrive late to Kanai Ward. Yeah, that must be it. Yep.
Wait, you're just sweeping it under the rug? I was in a lot of trouble back there.
Sorry about that. Well, everyone's okay, so it's all good. Still, weren't you with him, Fubuki? I know I told you about the meeting place.
Really? Really?
Yep, I just remembered right now.
Figures. Well, I'm glad to see you're safe too, Fubuki.
Still, I'm surprised you weren't fooled by the bomb threat and saw the real motive was the bank robbery.
That's because a certain sleepyhead woke up today. We arrived at the truth this time thanks to Vivia's investigation.
So that unmotivated, anemic vampire helped?
I was just lucky. I noticed the abnormal water levels. Saw the hydroelectric power plant's drainage channel from above.
From above?
What the fuck is your forte, buddy?
I just happened to see it from a bird's eye view. Observation is the foundation to being a detective. To a detective, the act of deduction is like a game. And the truth is what a detective desires. Like a precious stone, it's something I'd desire if I stared at it too long. So, dreaming about it is enough for me. Because it's a pain in the ass.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Do you?
At the very least, his statements aren't really based on logic.
I want to die someday.
Okay, man.
He's incomprehensible as usual, but it's amazing how he solved the case by himself.
Hey, Master? This guy is...
What is it?
Never mind. Maybe it's my imagination.
Huh?
Anyway, that's
What does that? Wait, what
Now
is? Girl, what does that mean? No, go back. What does that mean? Oh! I thought they were about to fucking open fire.
Whoa, what? I thought we were done here.
Hey, sewer rats.
Oh no! Don't show me the cube. Don't show me the cube. No, I don't want to see it.
You.
I don't want to. Don't do it. I don't want to see it.
Hellsmile, director of the Peacekeepers. What is he doing here?
Damn. How did the city end up like this? Why are a bunch of terrorists getting in our way? Why is Kanai Ward being destroyed? I was finally able to guide this foolish city down the right path. I keep saying I'll teach these fools what law and order is all about. But now, there's another bunch who defy me, disrupting the peace in the city! Hey! Why is that? When will peace finally come to this place?
Now, I understand you're irritated, but let's all relax for a second.
So what do you want with us?
Hand over that terrorist immediately. Otherwise, you
But I
will
didn't
all
do
receive the
anything. I
death
didn't do
penalty.
it.
Huh? Death penalty?
When you say terrorist, you mean Yuma? Because that issue has been resolved already.
Regardless of who the mastermind is, the fact of the matter is, he planted bombs around the city.
I guess that is true. I guess I did do that.
Do you think you can just plead ignorance? Even small crimes cannot go unpunished. That is the meaning of justice.
I don't know if I agree, but
No, but he...
Chief, let me go.
Don't get hasty. This is just an excuse to capture you.
But at this rate, everyone here will be arrested.
I've already told you that self-sacrifice is worthless here. I can neutralize them all in under 25 seconds.
Knock it off, Halara. How many of us would also die in that same amount of time?
If things go bad, then I will turn back time.
If you get taken out first, it's the end for all of us. I won't make such a dangerous bet.
Then what do we do? Everyone's gonna get killed in this race! Let's fight the Peacekeepers.
Huh? You too, Yuma?
Hey! This isn't a mystery labyrinth! You'll die instantly, Master!
Kurumi's here too. There's no guarantee she won't get hit by crossfire. There's nothing more painful than being unable to protect those you love. Do you get that, Yuma?
Love?
Well...
What's gotten into you, Chief? You're never this serious.
I didn't expect to get this heated either.
All right, filthy maggots. Are you done playing around? You'll reconsider your beliefs after a single night. Once you go through my torture, not only will you sell out your friends, you'll beg me to kill them to save yourself.
I can reduce it to 20 seconds. Kazuhiko, Livia, please look after the others.
I guess we have to do this.
This is such a pain. Where has my peace and quiet gone?
Freeze! If you resist, you'll be executed on the spot.
Stay back! Don't touch my master!
What?
What's going on?
Director Yomi! Something is falling from the sky!
Oh shit! What's up, bro?
It's the masked man.
Oh my. Even though we're friends, you've already forgotten my name? I'm Makoto Kagutsuchi. What is it? Oh, you want to know about this hot air balloon? Cool, huh? I flew here from the tower.
From the tower? What do you want?
Hello, Yomi. I'll take care of the rest, so you can leave now.
You intend to let these criminals run free? Just because you're the CEO of Amaterasu doesn't give you free reign to disrupt Kanai Ward's peace.
Amaterasu CEO? Is this weird guy in a mask?
Hey, Yuma, where did you meet such a big shot?
It just sorta happened?
Hello, detectives. This is the first time we've met, besides Yuma. Huh? You want to know why I'm wearing this mask? Well, I was born a prince in a certain nation, but while still young, I was dragged into a revolution. The nation was overthrown and the royal family had their titles stripped away.
I don't think any of this is true.
My family was killed. I was the only one spared. The revolutionaries imprisoned me because they had other plans. I was forced to wear a mask to conceal my face. That mask was designed to never come off. And now, the mask has become my face.
He's talking way too long and none of it sounds true at all!
That's what I'm
The
saying.
story changed from last time.
I didn't ask about your history. Hand them over.
Yomi, I don't want to quarrel with you here. I really would hate for things to escalate. Just this once. May I ask you to withdraw? Please.
You get one. There won't be a second. As for you sewer rats, you best be prepared. The next time you catch my eye, there will be no mercy. If you don't like it, go back to the sewers.
We tried that, bro, and you blew up our fucking submarine.
Phew! That clears my vision up. There were too many people for me to see behind this mask. Now that things are all resolved, let's walk home.
Hey, wait a minute!
Oh, okay. What?
Seems like a lot has happened since we first met. The look on your face has changed. Did you get taller?
I doubt I could grow taller in such a short time, but a lot has happened. Are you really the CEO of Amaterasu, sir?
No need for formalities. Call me Makoto. And yes, it's true.
I guess there really is a fucking divide between Amaterasu and the Peacekeepers.
That means you're the top-ranking person at Amaterasu Corporation, right?
I guess you could put it that way.
I thought he worked there, but who could have guessed he was so high up the ladder?
You said you wanted to stop the Peacekeepers, but don't you have the authority to dismiss them yourself?
I don't think they really care about that.
A company isn't that simple. One careless act, and I'd be the one dismissed. The power in Amaterasu Corporation is currently imbalanced and very fragile.
This also seems like an awful conversation to be having, like, in the middle of the street.
At this rate, it won't be long until they control everything, besides me.
I see.
If you want to strike the Peacekeepers, you must gather all the firepower you can and take them out in a single shot. Anything less will be like cutting off a lizard's tail. Yomi is the Peacekeeper's heart and brain. He'll be unscathed. If I could gather evidence of his evil actions, I'd declare his exile publicly for the world to see. In any case, you can speak to me when you require help. I'll run to your aid with my awesome hot air balloon. Or shall I say fly? The Peacekeepers may have me beat in numbers, but my love for Kanai Ward rivals them.
You are going to get killed, bro.
Right.
Well, I'll excuse myself now.
Hey, hold on! There's still more we need to go over.
I'm sorry, but it's time for prayer. I pray for Kanai Ward's peace across all districts. I pray each hour of the day, so I am rather busy. I must hurry back.
He doesn't intend on taking us seriously.
Oh, by the way, you should check out where your agency used to be.
Huh? Why?
It's a surprise.
I made you a new submarine.
Sounds kind of shady. but
And then I blew
guess
it up
could play
again.
along. We have nowhere to go right now anyway.
Are you kidding me? It's completely back to normal. Is this the CEO's true power?
His cursed powers have conjured a submarine.
This game is like if someone played Final Fantasy VII and was like, you know, I think they're a little too mean to Shinra.
Whoa! My agency! My...
I can't be genuinely happy about this. It may be
That's what they're saying. That's what chat's saying, bro.
Is my beautiful bed of peace and quiet still there? If not, then let me die.
Homunculus.
Chief, there's a letter here. Looks like it's from Makoto.
Yeah, he also really just put another bitch named Makoto in one of these games, huh?
Let's see what it says.
To the detectives of the Nocturnal Detective Agency, this is my gift to you for solving this case. It is proper payment for your work, so please accept it. The souls of Kanai Ward's residents are with you. Their war carries on. I have high hopes for you all. From the highest point in Kanai Ward, with love, Makoto Kagutsuchi.
High hopes? Why would the CEO of Amaterasu say that about us? Well, he did ask us to accept this, so I guess we'll take the submarine.
He must be planning to manipulate us in the power struggle for the company. Ugh, this will come at a high price.
Also, he had an odd face for someone who is supposedly a CEO.
No, that was clearly a mask.
A mask? What is that?
Oh, girl, that's not... You need to know about those. Those are important, especially nowadays.
Where do I even begin? Yuma, you take care of this.
Me?
I'll explain it. Fubuki, so a mask is...
Wait, why did you follow us here? Don't you know this is our top secret detective agency?
Don't sweat the small stuff. Besides, an informant is practically a detective anyway. Right, Yuma?
Huh?
You gotta be kidding me. You two still have the hots for each other. Well, I guess it's fine. I support you. You're a fully Desuhiko-approved couple.
That doesn't help, bro.
Wait, a couple? But he's allowed it! Master is far too young for this.
He's looking at, wait, he's looking at her.
Oh, I just remembered. When I was watching from above, a resident said something that was rather concerning.
You said above again. What does that even mean?
Sorry, Yuma. I'm so tired I don't want to talk more than I need to.
All right, let's focus on the important information. What did you hear that concerned you?
It's about that homunculus research.
Yes, the homunculus.
We recreated all the grime and scratches, but I wish it was cleaner.
I wonder what information he got. Anyway, let's speak with Vivia.
The resident is an old man. He used to work for
Margalaw.
Amaterasu Corporation. According to him, something happened 10 years ago. Amaterasu set up a secret lab somewhere in Kanai Ward to conduct their homunculus research. That lab still exists. Somewhere.
A secret lab for homunculus research? That sounds super shady. It's exactly what we're looking for.
Looks like we need to search for that lab to figure out Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Very well. I shall personally go and find the secret lab.
I'll help too! After all, I am Kanai Ward's greatest informant.
All right. Kurumi, I need you to keep the reins on Yuma so he doesn't get in trouble again.
You got it! Now, let's go investigate, Yuma!
Hey!
You don't have my permission for this, you know!
I see. So, that's the curse.
He fucking knows, bro.
It's dangerous. Very dangerous.
How?
So dangerous, it could destroy Kanai Ward, or even the world.
Bro, no way. Whoa. Whoa!
I must do something.
Whoa! Wait. Oh my god. Bro got up. Fuck, wait, that's awesome. Alright, how'd I do? That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Holy shit. Bro, the perfect? Wait. Holy shit. I'm fucking cracked. I really hope he's the chapter 4 partner. He is for sure going to be the partner, but specifically he's going to tag along. He's going to like tag along with us just so he can fucking murder us. right. Well, I think that's a good place to stop. That is a good place to stop. Well, I'm glad that that case is over. That was stupid. I really don't have anything. I don't have anything else to add about that other than that was stupid. That was a silly case. I didn't care for it. I did not care for it very much. The breadcrumbs of Fubuki and Shinigami, and also everybody else coming back, didn't really help. But it's okay. It's over now, so it can't hurt us anymore. With that, yeah, no, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Especially because of that shit that fucking Vivia is about. Crazy. Someone from Amaterasu Corporation is on our side. The CEO of Amaterasu Corporation is on our side. Someone else knows about Shinigami and the Book of Death. Also might try to kill me. There's a lab for the homunculus research that we have to find. Interesting. Cool. We will see what is going on with all of that next time on Master Detective Archives Raid Code. I am going to check. All right, so I have checked Blue Sky, and I have checked the Discord, and there does not appear to be any art. So I guess we're done. So I guess I will send you guys over to somebody. I'll send you guys over to Mar. Mar is streaming right now. They're currently playing sorry, I am yawning. I guess it's because I didn't really, my sleep was all weird today because of the fucking Nintendo Direct. Actually, it was more because I woke up at like 4 in the morning. So I'm gonna toss you guys over to Mar. Mar is playing Sonic the Hedgehog's with some crowd control. So go over there and check him out. He's also trying to make money for rent, so maybe toss him a couple bucks if you can. The raid phrase will be, huh? The raid phrase will be, huh? I will see you guys next week, hopefully. There's no Great Ace Attorney today on Friday, so yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your night, and goodbye. Wait. Goodbye.